Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Donnie.
And I'm Nick, and today we're rambling about things to do around Essex County.
On the old flat Earth.
The flattest place around.
We are flat Earthers, right? So we live in flat Earth. Oh, we're whistling already. Actually, I'll just give a quick mention this here. I went today and picked up some new soda pop. And Nick asked for something exotic, so Jeremy and the Soda Pop Bros there in Windsor give us Anne of Green Gables Raspberry Cordial from Prince Edward Island.
Pretty good, very good.
Very good, eh?
Fantastic.
So if you're wanting some exotic pop, certainly go and check Jeremy out.
Perfect for this 35-degree day.
Yeah, it's really nice. This is a beautiful day.
Yeah, hiding in the shade.
We're now into almost the heights of summer weather now. Summer hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
And so we had our pizza there as well. Another pizza from OG, so that was good stuff. I'm just going to try and stop this from whistling. So.
Do we got a cap? Oh no.
I'm going to probably drink this before the end of the show.
Yeah,
so.
true.
Yeah, so we were talking before then about, so obviously the burden's finished, we don't really do as much, and we do try and get away a bit over the summer months, but as we started talking about the things to do in Essex County, there's a ton of stuff, right? It doesn't matter what you shoot either, you know. There's stuff, most of the stuff happens outdoors over the summer, so there's events that happen, there's things that happen that you can go and shoot that are interesting.
Yep.
Fireworks, like fireworks are those, one of my favorites.
Are they doing them this year?
Same thing against last year. Secret location.
Oh boy.
And see, this really hits home that these aren't Windsor's fireworks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Every year people go, oh no, it's good for Windsor putting them on. It's got nothing to do with Windsor. We just live on the border, so it's in the middle of the river.
We're just lucky enough to
we're getting the benefit out of it. I know it obviously is a huge draw for Windsor, so they kind of get a free. I think obviously they have to pay for their own policing and events or whatever, staff and things like that there, but it really is a Detroit event. But yeah, they say it again, so Ford's doing it again, only televised, which I find weird because America's pretty much open for business again as far as they're concerned, but maybe they think that's just too many people. Detroit, not sure what their restrictions are, but maybe they're doing that in a chance that they may believe that there's enough of a cushion now to have an event that size at the water.
True.
Because if they do that down there's no way people over here is not gonna
distancing.
Yeah. So
Elon never took our idea, eh?
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet.
Next year, 2022, will be the year of the moon fireworks. I think.
Moon fireworks.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. So what's that? That was the Freedom Festival, right?
Well, that's what Windsor calls it.
That's like the start of it. Is the fireworks normally, or is it?
No, I think it's right in the. No, I think it maybe starts before that because, it runs all week or whatever. They have events, but they usually have that little fairground things down, and it's usually, I think it's up for the week before that. It's also interesting. Well, it's interesting because it happens the week before Canada Day.
Okay.
Right, so it's not on July, like the fireworks aren't on July 4th or July 1st that we have it. People go, oh yeah, that's because they want to mark both of the days. Well, then you'd have it between the two probably. But just because it's just a random date to have fireworks. So it's usually like the 28th or around that. I think it's a Monday night as well. Again, I think it's all geared around it. They want to have a big festival without the chances of being like trying to keep it family orientated. So if they don't have it on a weekend, the chances of people being drunk and disorderly
true.
in the dark at night time is going to be lowered.
That's one of Windsor's biggest draws is the downtown bar core there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So you're right downtown. But yeah, again, it's a huge festival. It's good to go. I love shooting the fireworks.
Yeah, it is cool for sure.
It's a bit of a challenge, and it really does become more of an art form because even with cell phones, well, maybe we should maybe do a podcast on cell phone photography.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can shoot good pictures with fireworks pretty instantly with a good phone camera now. But with ours, when we do them, they're always longer exposures, so you're making sort of art out of the firework.
Like the long streaks,
right?
Shapes.
And the more I've done over the years, the more I'm convinced that that's part of the actual firework.
I agree.
Because there has been, you can't see them because whenever your eyes seeing them, you can't kind of see things happening.
Yep.
Some of them do look like palm trees when they go off, but then we have to try, like when we shoot them, we're trying to freeze that because with your camera, you'll probably just get a quick dot because it's not a long exposure, where we're getting the kind of whole effect. And there's been ones before the last few years, quite a popular one. It's like a smiley face that goes off.
The big hearts. And stuff like that.
So we can obviously capture that with the camera. And
what do you think about like I'm sure you've seen it by now, the drone stuff that they're doing in some of the big cities to like replace fireworks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Haven't seen that.
It's pretty cool. Like they'll
So
launch
lights
like
got just.
a couple hundred drones up.
Oh yeah.
And they'll do like basically the same idea with fireworks without the noise, but like they can basically draw whatever you want in the sky, right? So it's pretty cool.
That'd be interesting because I've always wanted to get to the point of like the fireworks in Lord of the Rings. You ever watch Lord of the Rings movies?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the fireworks.
Like whenever Gandalf lets like a dragon.
Oh yeah,
dragons
yeah.
flying around, or the hobbits let them off accidentally, but
Yeah.
Gandalf was on his way to have a fireworks display.
That's what they kind of like. They're doing kind of stuff like that.
So they obviously be able to. I remember one that keeps getting shown. It's like a computer generated thing, but people think it's like Jacob's Ladder. You ever see that?
Oh
the
yeah,
firework?
it's like going right up into the sky.
Yeah,
That'd be
nuts.
cool.
Eh?
Yeah.
So
Is it computer generated?
I'm kind of convinced it is. The let on us if it's not, but maybe it's kind of too basic for it not to be real. Maybe it is.
Yeah, because it's like, but it looks so good that it looks fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's right at that thing where it's like, I don't know. I don't know the scientifics of pyrotechnics. But
I'd always love to have been a pyrotechnician.
that would be a good job for sure.
Yeah. Maybe my next lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody needs a pyrotechnician, we're available.
Yeah. So where are we at? Oh yeah. So like.
The events.
Yeah. So we had a Freedom Festival, and they have another one at Tecumseh Mall. Remember that? Like they used to.
I don't think I've ever. Well, I've been.
I don't know if it was because
in the mall.
No. In the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Was that like just because
there was
Freedom Festival was like not? They weren't able to do it at the riverfront. They just moved. I don't know. Anyway.
There was something on there that they brought the thing, and then they had movies on a little screen like a drive-in as well.
Yeah.
I think that was just for people to Tecumseh, like type of thing. It was like their little sort of town.
Okay.
Because Tecumseh has a corn fest as well, which would be their big festival, and that goes to the point that so nearly every weekend in Essex County there is like some sort of event, fair, festival, whatever you want to call it, on. Kicks off usually with Strawberry Fest in LaSalle. Like I've dropped the kids off a couple of times, never really been to it because they're kind of much of a muchness, and people complain about they charge you to get into these things. On their own every week, and I go, well, you don't have to go to one every week. They really are for the people of each town. And then obviously they want to draw some tourism, so they do want people to come to them. But even personally, I couldn't afford to go to every, because whatever you pay $10 to get in, and then it's everything's charged per.
It's like going to Cedar Point every week.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. And obviously the rides that go, it's like the same little fairground that goes to each one of them. But in their own way, they're all good. You go to one year, maybe go to the other one next year, and go to the one in your own town as well, right? So you've got that Amherstburg. Well, LaSalle got any other? I think they really just do the.
That's it.
I don't think they put any.
They may have like a parade or something, but I think that's just part of the Strawberry Fest.
Right.
And then after that, it'd be Amherstburg. Amherstburg had the wine festival. And,
the Cork and Fork. I think it was. Wow.
And then now they got they just every year they do something different. Seems like downtown. Or whatever the city town center there.
Yeah. So nearly every year is the car.
Yeah, the car show.
What's the name of it? It's called. What's it called?
I don't know. It's good though. It's like the whole.
All the guys go, and it's all everybody who's into the cars, the classic cars, the mod cars are there. And they block a couple of streets off, but the park's full of cars. Again, it's cool. It's like from photography point of view, these are just neat things to go and shoot.
And enjoy.
People watching, taking some photos, and then just taking pictures of some of the cool cars. People just relaxing, enjoying themselves.
The next town, what do we got? What's it?
Well, no, Amherstburg. I think Amherstburg, you still got more because they've got. Remember the steampunk.
Do we count the winter ones too, or is this just summer? Because you got the
winter.
Well,
for now we'll just talk about summer ones. Cause
the winter time will freeze. And
I'll give something to talk about in the winter. We'll go and sit somewhere. Actually,
sit in each festival.
Yes, there we go. Sit in the middle of their Christmas lights.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. So Amherstburg had that steampunk one.
Yeah.
So the steampunk is like, what like. Where does the term steam? Do you know where the term steampunk comes from, or what?
As far as I don't know. I think it's like movie based, because like I've seen a lot. I don't know if the movies are just steampunk based or they're the ones who created the genre. So like anyone who doesn't know what steampunk is, it's like the really industrial like copper pipes and like.
Yeah, people wearing them.
Everything's like it's almost like everything's powered by steam. Yeah, that is what the whole premise of it is.
And it's like so, but they're all like nutty inventors.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the characters of the people, the cosplay people, the costume people? They go around and they kind of look like they're nutty, professed little inventors with glasses.
It's pretty cool.
It's neat, right? And people, there's obviously lots of people who are into it. That's their thing.
Yep.
And that's fair enough. That's cool. But it's novel. It's neat. And then based around that, they had a few again set up around the parks and that. They have different little entertainers and storytellers and things, which is cool. You know, it's just like I just think anything that creates a good vibe in the summer, gets people out and about doing things in the area is fantastic.
Absolutely.
So moving around.
And then we're on Harrow
Harrow
would be the next one. Harrow Fair. That's the.
It's the biggest probably one in the county. The fairways. It's
yeah, like the one that everyone kind of talks about for the most part, I believe.
Yeah.
That one's, I don't know. It's, if you're into the
agriculture.
Farming, yeah. What's the farming? The 4-H.
A 4-H club, yeah. That's what their life's based on.
That's it. So it's like
everything leads to Harrow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying it's a Labor Day weekend, right? So it's kind of like the kick-off Labor Days, like schools all go back, but the farm, that's when the harvest all starts.
Harvest season kind of starts. But it's kind of cool. Like it's all like the best bakers and like who can make the best pies.
They've got pretty much a competition.
Yeah.
If you can grow it or bake it or make it, they have a competition.
Anything
for
farm related,
yeah.
it's there. Even riding lawnmower races.
Yeah. I know, and then they've like horse races, barrel races, they've chicken competitions, and so because back to the 4-H, so 4-H club turn up with their animals and get their animals judged. So after a year of looking after them or whatever they do, I don't know what they really, as far as what they're judged on or what they're, but yeah. But it is huge. It's like they do the parade, and usually these $200,000 tractors go for a drive around the town. Price tags on them. I'm sure
everyone's all impressed by a Ferrari, but
around
$1 million combines out in the field.
Yeah. It's crazy when you look at the price of those agricultural things, right? It's huge. But yeah, so it's a 4-day event there. It starts usually the Thursday evening, and the Friday, Saturday, Sunday pack up and their way.
Then you get Essex.
Oh, Fun Fest.
Yeah, Fun Fest.
I've
only been to it once.
I went to fireworks one time. I didn't go to any of the things in it, but I think that's the neat thing about it. I don't feel obligated to go to them all either, right? It's neat if you can. I just do like soaking up the atmosphere of these places, but each one kind of puts on a little bit of fireworks. Yep. Colchester, even though it's small, it's part of Essex. Down on the water, like the last year, well, not last year, the year before now, they had like they've got a little bandstand there, and they had performers there, and then they actually had a big gig the last couple of nights. They had the Mudmen, which are a pretty big Ontario like folk rock.
Okay, cool.
It was pretty cool. Like I went there, and the park was packed.
You know what's a really cool one that I've never went to that I really want to go to? It's the one on Peely Island.
Oh,
what
the
is that
blue,
called? The one in the quarry. They have the big rock festival there, or the
music. It's
festival.
like folk festival. Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it has a special name though. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts.
Look it up.
Yeah. No, then so where are we at? Colchester, Unplugged.
Our producer's in with the news. Unplugged. Peely Island Unplugged.
Yeah, that one always like intrigued me as like the cool, because if you haven't been to Peely Island's like one of those weird places that like right now, what are we, probably 20 kilometers in a straight line through the lake or whatever to it, but you go there and it feels like you're in a different country.
Right.
Like it's so laid back. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. Just jump on a pedal bike and you bike around all day. And if you like wineries, that'll be another subject. And
everybody loves. Yeah, right there, everybody waves. No, there is a real friendly.
You notice that when you go to like northern towns too. Right? It's like everyone, if you're not waving, they know you're out of town. So you have to wave.
I don't want to look out of place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another no. And Peely Island, we'll have to do a podcast on Peely Island. Yeah. I gotta be. Cool.
We could, if we already did it. We're already the most southern mainland podcast.
Yeah.
Now, if we do one on Peely Island, we could be the most southern one.
Canadian. Nobody can go further south.
That'd be pretty.
We're gonna do that. Wow. So we're taking copyright. Anybody copies this right now, you've infringed. You'll be hearing from our lawyers, but we are going to be the most southern.
We're just
podcast
representing ourselves
Canadian.
in that court, probably. Eh?
Yeah, at the minute, with how lucrative this podcast has been. Yeah, we're definitely representing ourselves. Peely Island puts on a big event. Obviously, I'm sure that's really good for tourism there. Back on.
Right, so we're at Essex, Colchester, then Bell River Sunsplash. That's my hometown.
Oh, how you just jumped right back across. Whoa.
What are we looping?
Well, you're kind of. We might as well continue that way.
Technically, shouldn't we have went like clockwise? We went counterclockwise.
What's wrong with that?
Does anyone do it that way? It's
well,
like
whatever. I usually drive from Windsor and I go this way, right? If I'm going.
If I drive, coming this way.
Well, all right. Well, you can start talking in the opposite direction to me then.
Okay, so next would be
Kingsville.
Yeah, Kingsville. I've never been to that one either.
So, Kingsville, I just think it's a really good vibe. They started with last year closing the street down for obviously the COVID restrictions, but they have got such a little nice downtown core.
Their whole town's awesome.
And like the little craft breweries
the
and
Grove or
restaurants
whatever.
and that there is a nice little even in the summer night weekends sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a nice vibe to it. It's become more popular as far as residents are concerned. So there's quite a few people around. They had I don't know what they had sort of previous as far as like a festival, but they had like Jack Miners has a migration fest thing, but it's really just based. They have a few things in and around Kingsville, but the last couple of years they brought back Highland Games. I don't know if that was my first experience having Highland Games here, but that was going to be their thing, and they've even applied to have their own tartan and stuff like that there, which is quite official. But it's been cancelled last year, and they're cancelling again this year because it's just too much work without knowing if it can go ahead. But I went a couple of years ago. Good for the first time. They had some of the events, traditional Highland Games, tossing the caber, strongman type of stuff, and pipe bands and things like that there. It'd be cool if that just grows over the years, just more and more people come to that there, and just again a really nice vibe and something for somebody in that area to go to. Moving on then,
Leamington? Right?
well, you could actually, if you wanted to really stop at Ruthven,
Really? They have one.
Colasantes has the Apple Fest,
True.
so that's usually I think
See,
it's
but, like,
September.
do you count that? That's like more of an establishment putting it on.
Well, they have a parade.
True. It is. We should have wrote down a criteria on what made it a.
What makes it? Well, yeah. So if you're listening, you think there's things we're missing or saying out of place, let us know.
I'm sure we're missing several.
Well,
Actually,
no,
not town wise, but
well, I can tell you for sure. Even Staten Windsor, Art in the Park. If you're talking about us being photographers,
yeah,
that's
cool.
one we could go to
Promote ourselves.
Yeah. And it is a really good. It's a well established, and Amersfoort has Art by the Water or something like that there as well. So it's another art festival. Pretty much too, if you're into photography or arts and crafts, nearly every week too, there is a festival or a fair you could be involved in. And they're staggered throughout the county. The other one, Explore the Shore. You want to talk about the one that encompasses them all. So right from it starts at County Road 50 where Yuri's gas station is. Yuri's another nice little establishment. They got their putting green and things out there. But the Explore the Shore has a list of places to stop along County Road 50.
What was that? What was that? They have like a little road. We'll talk about it in a minute when I think about it.
Okay,
we'll continue our.
So the County Road 50, and right along that. So if you drive along County Road 50, they have a amount of stuff. You can get a little leaflet that tells you to make stops different places. But in general, it's established along there. There's a lot of wineries along County Road 50. There's a lot of fruit stands and that kind of thing. But there's also some other places that have started doing other little things. There was I'm not sure if it was a winery actually separate from the winery. You could rent the Segways.
Oh yeah.
Kind of think you'd be drunk and disorderly.
That's what I was just came to my head right away. It's like the bird scooters there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So
they definitely made the good call on stopping them at midnight.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure that's going to turn into. Well, it's probably a reason the other guy had trouble with them, so they had to stop it. But yeah, the County Road 50 one just goes pretty much along fruit stands and
so
wineries.
This might be what I'm thinking of. Then they had like a tour. I don't remember when last time I did it, but you'd go to people would put art up at like,
So there's a couple of people. There's one lady who opens her house, and that's people put fenders.
Is that the same thing? I'm thinking?
That's Explore the Shore.
Okay, Explore.
So it's over 2 days, like a Saturday, Sunday.
That was really cool. I like that because you went to people's houses too that would normally not have a storefront,
right?
And that would be like their storefront.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Cool. Give people an opportunity to and listen. There's one lady for sure who encourages other people. So again, if you don't have somewhere that you could sell your stuff or you aren't an establishment, she was saying, use my front lawn, and then there is a good amount of people go to those things. And each year, as these things stay on, typically, you're getting a few more people more interested in they pick up on it. So that one pretty much takes you from Amersfoort to Kingsville.
Yeah.
So you got that the Kingsville, Ruthven, Applefest, like it was said.
Yep.
Again, as far as an establishment, it's sort of connected to Colasantes, but not totally. Leamington then.
Tomato Fest. Is it Tomato?
I think it's still called Tomato Fest because again.
Tomato Fest.
Tomato. I think there's a hair or something. Probably a tick around here.
Yeah. Don't scare me.
And again that's another, and they're all sort of pretty much a similar feel to each of these, and that's why I don't necessarily you have to go to them all.
Yeah.
Go to one at the start of summer.
Especially if
then
you're going for the rides.
Oh,
They're going to be the same ones.
They're exactly the same. Like, I hate those kind of rides because all those ones are just vomit inducing.
Yeah,
Right?
just spinning.
Every one of them. It's just a different type of spinning. You're in a circle.
Yeah, it's not like a roller coaster where you're
Thrill
like,
ride. So there's no thrill rides. It's all just vomit or losing your balance. Inner ear problem rides. So pretty much that little Carters, all those one. Carters is the name of the fairground people.
Mm-hmm.
They go around, and the carnival people, they go around, and like I said, you'll see the same vendors at each of these things. So if you find a vendor you like, or you can't go to everyone, you can't go and eat from every one of them. So eat at one of them, the one that's try somebody else's the next time.
There is something about carnival crappy food though. It's not crappy, it's just crappy for you, but it's deliciously crappy. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Like a real corn dog.
Oh, actually, I had one like you dip it in mustard or ketchup or whatever.
Yeah, pretty good.
I had one like at Harrow Fair the last time we were open there. It definitely tastes better than getting one from a box, whatever you call it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like, I don't know what deep frying it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then I think Leamington has that other like they have a race thing there too, right?
Oh, they have the demolition derby and all. What's that?
That's at Comber.
No, Leamington has it at the horse racing place.
I was thinking of like they have like what's it called? Thunderfest. They do all the flat track racing and everything in Leamington.
Where?
In like the horse track, I believe.
Maybe that's the same thing I'm thinking of.
Could have been. I don't know. I haven't been a long time.
I think it might have got cancelled actually, but the couple of years ago, they brought the horse racing back to Leamington as well, so they're probably geared more to try and keep the track good. But they do also have music, right? That they got the Seacliff Park done up. They've got the little theatre sort of thing, open air. Again, I just love the idea of stuff being open air, right?
Yeah.
Having like a bandstand, theatre stand, and like I'm not going to go to them all either, but. And it's not even like even if it wasn't my genre of music, I just like the ambiance of going out and not seeing that thing. It's just seeing people like that's the only time I really take pictures of people. Is just whenever it's candid, seeing people out there enjoying themselves, and just a different, just a different vibe.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. You get the odd argument or fight, but yeah, Leamington, and actually, I think they brought like probably a has-been name, but a decent has-been name. The last time they had it, and I think they did it over like a couple each month over the summer months.
I remember Cornfest. They always had big names in there.
Oh yeah.
They had like Finger 11 and like.
That's a huge name. Who's that?
You never heard of them?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
What is it?
Like a big rock band.
Canadian are they?
No, like world.
World?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Finger 11.
Yeah. You never heard of Finger 11?
Never in my life.
Holy.
I've heard a lot of music.
Paige, you've heard of Finger 11, obviously. Might have to play a song later. I'd play it now, but it's going to be.
Well, wired in. You'd have to. Yeah, I can do that. We don't have to pay royalties.
Then who else? Look it up. Who else do they have?
At Cornfest?
Yeah. They had like world people.
Well, they do the one. They call it the Blues Fest in Windsor.
Yeah.
But it's not like they've gone off just being blues, and didn't they have what do you call him? Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah.
Eh?
Forgot.
I think he's meant to be on this year again.
Yeah.
So
is he doing his home improvement show or like singing?
I assume he's singing. Not sure what he's going to do up some.
I don't know.
Crappy apartment buildings in Windsor.
Yeah. Still can't believe he had the home improvement show there. That's pretty interesting.
Did you watch it?
No. You?
No.
With Bob Vila?
There was so like that Windsor one is again it's growing and it's getting bigger names each year and whatever. And I think there's part of the charm of those is you don't want to get too big a name.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it makes it feel like you're just not there anymore.
Exactly. I think part of it is like you can have your outdoor a big concert, no problem, right? But whenever you have that kind of thing, keep it for the folky, the sort of people who aren't really getting the exposure and expose them. Pretty much, I'm going to assume again. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not sure how big that Peely Island.
It's pretty. They get like Canada-wide ones or whatever.
Yeah, and usually you'll find anyway. Most of these artists will have their own following anyway, right? So even though me and you might have heard them, they've got their core followings, right? And that's great. And they come, and if it's just good music, something to listen to. Again, you can listen to rock one week and go and listen to some really folky or country stuff.
Yeah.
Next week, I can handle that, right? It's just I just find it interesting. Though it's quite eclectic and.
Actually, Harrow Fair had some big country people, too.
Big country people like Garth Brooks.
Paige, who was at Harrow Fair?
Well, no, what's the one you got there?
Tim Hicks, was it?
Finger 11.
She has no service.
They've no service. We need new production.
Two
We're
bars.
gonna have to get a
LTE.
new production associate.
All right. So where are we at?
Yeah.
here?
So
Okay.
so we're talking about the Leamington having those concerts. They have the Hogs for Hospice,
Yeah.
big motorbike thing.
Yeah.
And it's I think one of the things that's where one of the concerts happens is to do that. Again, fantastic. All the motorcyclists go out over that weekend, raise a lot of money, and then there's like events happening that are in connection with that there.
Yep.
Again, same thing. Because we're not into them, like the classic cars or the motorbikes and things like that. There, we probably don't notice, but they in their groups, they probably know where every night of the week or what night of the week they can go and there's a car cruise or a bike cruise and just go and hang out.
Where
But
are we at?
yeah, so we're Comber then.
Comber is pretty
The
cool.
Comber Fair.
Yeah,
it's one of the older ones as well. Same
Yep.
thing. It's pretty much the same. It's like a smaller Harrow Fair, really,
Yeah.
in it. And
Really
then-
agricultural based.
Yeah,
But they have like an art show there as well.
yeah.
What else do they got? The Demolition Derby.
I think it's the last one with the Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So you can get your scrapper car.
Yeah.
Just
Had a
paint it.
couple friends who went in that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What else is there? That's about it there. It's like kind of it's like you said,
it's
small
not
Harrow
smart.
Fair. Then after that,
We're on some-
Tilbury.
Is Tilbury still in Essex?
I don't know. That's what I was just trying to figure out.
Well,
It's
no,
like-
so it's not.
yeah.
Is it? Or is it Wheatley?
Wheatley-
Chatham,
Wheatley's the
sorry,
border.
Chatham.
Wheatley's like
The border.
the
right,
border.
so-
It's Tilbury's the border, but like you're still on this side.
really?
Could be wrong. We won't mention Tilbury.
Yeah. Well, not.
I don't even know if Tilbury has one. They,
What?
but that's not really.
That's just a private some venture, the Tilbury, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Tilbury Fest.
Yeah.
I don't-
So we'll jump across the Bell River.
Ah, the
Has
best
Bell River
town.
got anything?
yeah, the best one.
Yeah.
Sunsplash.
Sunsplash.
Yeah.
So you say that's been going for years.
Sunsplash has been going for years, but then they had the world championship of the jet ski racing there.
Is that is one type like the stand-up jet ski, or is it,
Both.
is it all?
Yeah, all of them. Like stand up,
Okay.
sit down, all that, and that's pretty cool. That brings a big draw. So you got like the best racers from all over the world, pretty well. Or it might just be North America,
Okay.
but still,
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty-
probably the world
pretty-
because pretty sure I'd say it. Well, again, I don't want to be rude to anybody, but not sure how many other people outside of North America are
yeah.
big into it.
Well, actually, one of my good buddies there, he raced for the King of Malaysia's team. They hired him and a couple other guys to go race. Like the King of Malaysia's got so
Did
much
he-
money. He's like, oh, I'm going to start a race team just to go race in the world circuit.
Nice.
And they just flew him down with all of his stuff, and he raced for the King's team.
Wow.
It's like, huh, that's pretty interesting.
What did he get? Did he get paid well?
Yeah. He's like,
Oh,
he
wow.
got paid. It's like everything. It was a long time ago now.
Huh.
Pretty young. I would have been like not even 20 yet. So, like what, 11 years ago, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. He said everything's covered. Just to go.
Just go there and do.
And you're like going like racing in like tropical islands and stuff
That's
like that.
fabby.
On it's pretty cool.
I could probably do that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be very good at the actual sport, but just I could be like
The hangout. You
Yeah.
can just be like, I'll just
I could wear the gear.
yeah. There you go. Just swim real fast everywhere.
Look good.
Yeah. The Sunsplash. What else they got? there?
Sunsplash. So Sunsplash. Now is it just the race, or is they have like
They
a
have a
festival?
carnival and all that,
Really?
and
Okay.
they got probably like my opinion. I'm biased because I live there and I grew up there, but they got probably the coolest ground area because at the Bell River Pier, so you're like out in the middle of the
That's
water.
the coolest.
And well, actually, they moved it
cool,
from
like
the-
as in temperature.
No, like as in like the coolest view. Actually, I lied because I think they just moved it from the pier.
What? Where could they move it? It's
To
water.
the park. No, they moved it to the park.
The
The Optimus
the
Park
festival
there,
type
like
of
where
thing?
the roundabout is. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
that's not really good spot there.
No.
It's all
Paige, is it still at the pier?
no, it's not.
I'm so devastated because I think they just moved it like just before COVID hit. So it moved for 1 year. I don't remember. I could
Doesn't
be
really
wrong.
make sense to me. Like, you think that would be that just like if you're going to watch jet skis, they're going to be on the water.
Yeah.
You might as well have the festival or the carnival there.
I'm really trying to think.
Now, does it have fireworks running? Is it just
Yeah, they have fireworks and all that, and they got a concert, big outdoor venue there too. And they got a last beer tent, and one of the
You're
last.
pretty excited about that, eh?
Yeah, delicious brews
Yeah.
of the Busch lattes and the Bud Lights.
Bud Lights. eh? Nice.
What else they got there? Fish flies.
Lots of them.
This is like actually I think they definitely planned it right when the fish flies are gone or starting to like
Die
disappear. You're like Sunsplash must be almost here. And I think it's like the first week of July. But what else do they got there? They used to have like a bunch of random things like grass drag racing on snowmobiles.
Oh,
Makes
yeah.
no sense, but people are into it. They have their own little art thing too, all the vendors and carnival and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's it for Essex County for.
We did mention Cornfest, even though it was the other side. Cornfest is the big one in Tecumseh.
So that'd be the next town.
Yeah.
Did we mention Cornfest when we started or no?
I'm not sure. Don't want to miss it, but we spoke about it as far as talking about it. But Cornfest again, it's called Cornfest probably because the Bondwell or the Green Giant factories there, so used to make all the canned corn. So
and they sell corn on a stick there, buttered, salted, the best.
Did you ever get that off Highway 3?
The
spot there that
is it Lafayette?
I don't know who.
No, who?
Lafferty's is
Lafferty's,
one.
yeah.
I'm not sure whose corn they use, but
no, it's their own corn. They
that
grow
is Lafferty who is there.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it wasn't.
No one can touch their corn out here.
I touched it. It's delicious. See that one?
You can just place it there and eat it like a dog.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's like my favorite time of year. Is
when corn's ready. That's good.
Delicious.
And it's really just the same thing as we talked about before. It's just butter and salt.
Like
corn's not really doing
but like
the
the texture.
Yeah.
Like,
no, if you get really
like
really good
corn?
peaches and cream.
Oh, man.
There's actually one of the yellow ones I had recently because I always went for peaches and cream. Just it sounds delicious, right? But there's one of the other ones I went. It was a yellow. I was from there. I think I got like 5, and I mean we'll mix it up then. So they boiled a couple of other ones for me, and it was delicious too. So
you ever see that little side note that like marbling corn? It's got like or gem corn, I think it's called. It's all the different colors and it's like blue, red.
I've seen it. Heard it called something else, but I don't want to call it
something gem.
Is it?
Well, I'm sure everyone's got a different name for it. I don't know. But it literally looks like little glass gems. It looks like the corn's made out of glass gems.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
I've seen a lot of the corns that are like multicolours and
Yeah.
things out there in it, but I didn't really know if that was for eating or just like, decorative. You know,
I
they
think it's
get
decorative for sure.
the gourds and stuff,
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
decorative.
And somehow you throw them out in the backyard and you'd think they're decomposed, but
Never. Just
never. I think we have them from 4 years ago still back there.
Nice. So I think that's all the festival. And again, each of the ones are pretty similar. They do the same sort of thing, but there's just a ton of stuff on. And like I've said, there is like some other ones have like the wine festivals and the beer. The wine tours are starting to get popular in this area. People actually tourism coming for some of the wineries and doing wine days.
Which is crazy how many wineries are actually here. It is.
Yeah, it's getting. And I'm going to assume. I guess it's pure some. I know nothing about wine, but you don't need a lot of grapes to make a lot of wine.
Because you might be honest. I never gave much thought. Because you drive by some vineyards and they're like.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like 8 rows or whatever, and you're like.
One grape bush.
Yeah.
And their winery.
Maybe they just buy like Welch's grape juice. And
just mix it in.
Yeah.
But okay, so the theory of that would make sense. It's highly concentrated, right? So you're fermenting grapes and whatever have you. So then you are really watering it down.
But like,
lot.
are you watering it down in the ferment? Obviously, you're adding water.
Right.
This is way above our knowledge.
I might as well keep talking about stuff I know about it.
Yeah, like how much you crush grapes? You obviously have grape juice, right? But like, how much?
Just
like do they leave?
Is there pure grape juice as well? Like is the grape juice
you can make wine out of Welch's. That's why I brought it up. Like 100%.
If you got wine, if you got Welch's, you just keep it.
You can
ferment it.
Yeah, you can literally make grape juice, but like or make wine. Because it's just like a fermenting process of sugars, right? But just like every other booze, but.
So anyway, so
wow,
we got a lot of
detour we took there.
We've had a lot of because it's not really, we're just rambling, right?
Yeah.
About things to do in this area. It just highlights lots of things to do in this area.
I've always wished I liked wine because I love cheese. Because
just eat cheese. I don't drink wine. I just eat a lot of cheese.
But everyone, it's like how come no one has a cheese tour? It's always a wine and cheese kind of.
I'm pretty sure you could have a craft. Pops and cheese and they'll complement each other.
We have to talk to Jeremy about that.
Yeah, let's get Jeremy to do cheese and pop tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it highlights back to the thing, and then within that we have lots of places to go to.
Yeah.
So we start thinking about conservation areas or parks thing.
Yeah.
Like,
what is this one called?
well, this is Erica's.
Like, I mean, I've always just called it a demo farm.
Well, that's what it says. Just demonstration farm on the sign.
Okay. I didn't know that was the official name.
I don't know if Erica wants to get in touch. What is the point of this place?
Oh, my friend Keith from work, if he's listening.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Keith. He's the one who has the farm down the road.
Okay.
He works this sometimes.
He works it.
Yeah. So they'll put in like test crops and just see how things work, or they'll just put in like that's all clover right now, right? Because they have to add the nutrition back to that soil, and then basically just so us as the people can come look at.
But there's no fence or anything. It's not like
it's just for us to literally you can come look at the wheat. You'd be like, oh wow, this is wheat.
Really?
Instead of going
that's the point of this place.
More yeah, pretty well.
Wow. Well, anybody out there, if you
Keith
want,
is going to correct me, and he's going to be like, I'm an idiot.
If anybody's out there and they want to know what fields look like, come to the demonstration farm from ERCA. That's Essex Region Conservation Authority, and they've got fields here that you can come to look to see what the field looks like.
Honestly, I don't even think that's clover because it looks pretty tall.
It's getting kind of grassy. It looks like clover low, so it may just be a couple of years old. There's nothing else growing.
There's beans back there.
Oh, just freshly planted.
Yeah, and then
small field.
Hay. Whether or not they got corn anywhere.
Don't talk away from the microphone. You get me in trouble. Every time you do that, I get in trouble for some reason.
We might have to switch to the lavaliers or whatever.
Yeah. We'll get the if our budget increases
or helmets with just mics in them.
Yeah. Or tooth, like a tooth mic.
Tooth mic. Yeah.
Yeah, like so. ERCA and I will go. Actually, we'll hit some ERCA property. If you were to start, obviously. Windsor doesn't have Windsor got their own parks, so we can talk about Windsor parks. Tons of parks in Windsor, anyway.
Yeah.
Ojibwe is probably the crown jewel.
Windsor's got no ERCA property.
No, because it's not actually technically Essex.
So it's just governed by Windsor.
Windsor, yeah.
Okay.
I believe people. I used to argue that saying that Windsor is in Essex County, but no, it's not. Well, it is.
Yeah.
But apparently, a totally separate authority or whatever, because it's a city. I don't know. But you hit LaSalle then, and that's when you start getting ERCA properties, right? Because a lot of it is the Cedar Creek and the Detroit River watershed.
You got like Petit Cote or whatever.
Petit Cote, what's
small
cove?
Oh
no, not cove.
Cote. We'll leave it at that.
It's something small, but it's a nice. Again, it's actually good for photographs.
Yeah, nice sunset spot.
You got that nice little composite decking and the little viewing tower.
Yeah,
and then. It's fragmited, unfortunately, but you actually get deer and
like
things.
A 5-minute walk.
5 minutes. Yeah. You can go and you've got somewhere nice to shoot sunsets and whatever. Amherstburg.
Amherstburg, like you got it's not ERCA property, but you have the Fort
Malden, right?
Yeah.
It's the government. It's
national
park.
treasure.
Parks.
Yeah.
Again, an interesting historic site, right? So. Got that to go and visit, and the fire the cannon through the summer.
And then the riverfront there is. We might as well just continue each town what it kind of has to offer, then, right?
Okay.
What do you think about that idea?
So, do you want to mention anything else for LaSalle?
Should we start in Windsor?
Do you want to start in Windsor?
We'll start in Windsor.
Okay.
All right. So you got Ojibwe. Right. That's like the jewel of Windsor for sure.
Lots of ticks.
Oh yeah. I think it might. I could be wrong. I was judging
tick
off
capital
of experience.
of Canada.
Tick capital of Canada. It's got to be like. There's nowhere I've ever walked that you get that many. But anyway, that's a still beautiful park.
Yeah,
highly
really
recommended.
Nice. Yeah,
almost pretty well guaranteed to see deer.
Then
I didn't want to say the guaranteed word, but
yeah, you've said it. And it's got both sides because you get the prairie complex on the other side and the park proper on the.
Yeah, so you got like a Carolinian forest, and then you got like a prairie.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and then, especially for such a small area.
Oh yeah, and then if you continue sort of on that direction, going further west,
Black Oak,
and there's something else called Spring Garden.
Yeah. That's going back east.
Yeah. So you got, again, just that's a lot of green space, right?
And then
go and enjoy it.
You have
the Ganacho Trail.
Yeah, that's pretty cool if you're into like bike and rollerblading.
Yeah.
Asphalt path that goes.
Where's it start and finish? You
know. They added onto it.
I know they're trying to take over some land.
Yeah,
but there's a bit of
that's why. I don't know if they've finished that or not. But it basically starts at like Lausanne or L'Esperance.
Okay.
At like that ice cream place around that area, Slinkies or whatever.
Okay.
And then pretty well goes.
Because
into the west end.
I think you can pretty much. Can you not stay on a trail from Bell River to Windsor?
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. Paige doesn't know in the distance. Yeah, because you can start at like the sandbar. You got that asphalt trail. You go to pretty well Tecumseh there, and then from Tecumseh it'd be like sidewalks, kind of thing.
Don't know, but I was, somebody told me there's a.
You can,
Yeah.
but it's not like Ganasco Trail.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying to think of like Riverside Drive at like Manning.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's just.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
sure you can.
And really, Windsor, the whole waterfront, right?
It's beautiful.
So
Yeah, that's
I know they
cool.
call it different parts of the park. I always just consider it one big
Waterfront.
right from
Yep.
Harlem Walkers, pretty
you got
much.
the waterfall thing there. That's pretty
Peace
cool.
Fountain?
No, you got Peace Fountain. That one's cool. But what's that other one? The new like waterfall looking thing.
Waterfall.
Yeah, everyone posted pictures with the Renaissance Center behind it.
So you can stand at the waterfall and have the Renaissance behind you.
No. You're standing at the waterfall, behind the waterfall, and then the Renaissance Center is like back there.
Nah, I never heard of it.
If I show you a picture, you'd be like,
Well, your description is obviously terrible then.
it's like, oh, what is it? No, not the casino.
Yeah, I know there is a water drop thing outside the casino.
I wonder if that's just the picture, and I've never been to this waterfall. I've
did-
just seen pictures of it, and it looks like a substantial water fountain fall.
All right. Well, maybe we should check that out at some point because neithers have a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some photos there. But that park or that whole area is fantastic. You know, the fireworks are there. The view of Detroit is probably. It's weird. You know, obviously Detroit River. When the freighters go up the river,
It's cool.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just like seeing such big boats in sort of
Yeah.
small body of
Like,
water.
the Tagurtha, John R. Tagurtha.
Paul
R. I always call it John R.
John R. Park.
That's why. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that again, just fantastic, and you can go pretty much from the bridge, the west end of the Windsor, all the way to Harlem Walkers, and
It's funny because when you type in Google Windsor skyline, it's like Detroit.
it keeps you showing. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are confused. No,
Yeah.
sorry, that's America. So heading, is there anything else in Windsor, parkways and
Little River.
Little River Corridor area?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then you got like the old dumps that are now parks. But
Oh, Malden and
Malden.
Micmac.
Malden's kind of cool actually.
Malden
yeah.
has a good setup.
Especially if you're biking, like into cross country biking, it's probably our best place by far.
yeah.
And Black Oak's really good for cross country.
Right.
About it for. Windsor's got a bunch.
Well,
like
the Windsor,
Devonwood.
the Windsor, like we looked up on the map beforehand. There's so many. The map's not very interactive.
Yeah.
I couldn't even pick one because there were so many little parkettes
Yeah.
and parks.
There's hundreds, not hundreds, but there's definitely.
There probably is hundreds.
Yeah, of little parks for sure.
Yeah.
But like the substantial ones are definitely the ones
Yeah.
we've.
And again, but people have to get their minds off that as far as, I don't live anywhere near the park. Well, I'll probably take you in a swing and you're pretty close to one that's decently maintained.
Yeah.
The only reason you're saying you don't like it as much is because you've used it too much.
Yeah.
Right? Or your kids are
take it
kind
for
of.
granted,
Yeah. You just everybody wants something different all the
Yep,
time.
yep.
But yeah, within Windsor, there's like parks everywhere.
Yep.
So there's not a problem with that.
And then probably one of my top 5, actually probably maybe even number
just
one.
get to it.
Number one
Okay.
favorite place
In the
is
world?
in
Or what, like-
Essex County, Pesh Island.
Pesh Island?
Yeah,
Where's that? I've never heard you say that before.
or Peach.
Oh, Peach Island.
In the Detroit River there. That's really cool. If you have a kayak,
Yeah.
you do kind of need a little bit of experience to get across because there's a pretty good current, which
you
is
have to put in somewhere different, or just
yeah. You
have
can
to- you have
paddle
to
back.
struggle.
You can paddle back, but it is like they've rescued several people from the river this year already. So it's like I don't know, that place at Ransom right at Sandpoint
Yeah.
Beach there. I don't know what they pay for insurance, but
Mm-mm-mm.
they send them off into a river with 1,000-foot ships.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
anyway,
it. Like, I've often wondered: is there rules that you're meant to know because it's a shipping lane? Like,
obviously they have the right of way, but
but
like
you can't say obviously.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like people go out there and are like, oh, am I a pedestrian now? Do they have this
Like,
1,000-foot ship gotta stop for me?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there's no way.
There's no way it's.
But Pesh Island is awesome. It's like a lot of Hiram Walker history on there.
Right.
He bought it however long ago. Did some ruins on there.
House, so he had a house on it.
Yeah, old house on there burnt down. It was like supposedly cursed or whatever
Oh, of course
because
it
like
was.
he tried to build a bunch of stuff and it kept burning down or whatever. But it's got like this river that runs through it. That's like from Lake St. Clair. That's crystal clear water and it's like awesome old bridge.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the cooler
There's
places.
some
out here.
sturgeon in there.
Some sturgeon. No, definitely not.
Why not?
Probably way too. It's pretty shallow. It's like knee deep.
Oh.
You'd be if you seen a sturgeon, you'd be terrified. You'd be like, "Is that a great white shark?"
But there is quite a lot of sturgeon out there. So.
Oh yeah. Well, they do
that-
sturgeon farming on
Belle Isle.
Fighting Island and
Belle Isle have got sturgeon.
there too.
Well, I remember seeing the plans last time I was over in Belle Isle on the east and the north of the island. They were putting a sturgeon fishery in there.
Really,
But
like
they said,
for the caviar.
yeah, probably.
Then where?
So that's Windsor.
Yeah, Windsor. Then next to
This-
LaSalle. LaSalle really doesn't have anything.
Well, they've got what do you call the big park there? The is it Normandy?
Burnett Park.
Burnett.
Yeah.
Burnett.
Yeah.
Is it Burnett?
Burnett.
Something up.
Burnett. Yeah.
Uh,
That's all right.
They've also got the little ferry, the little trail goes through from.
Like the biking trail, like kind of like Ganasha Trail kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty maintained. It goes along part of the river there.
Yeah.
Little,
And it goes
that Turkey
through like
Creek?
all the subdivision kind
Yeah,
of
is that
area
Turkey
and
Creek?
all the town. Yeah. I think that's it. Paige, you're from LaSalle. Anything else we're missing? Their waterfront, but
Did they have a waterfront?
I wouldn't count it that. A boat ramp.
They've got a yeah. They don't have a waterfront.
No, don't get Paige started.
What?
We have flowers there. Good for fishing.
Flowers at the waterfront.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's right behind the TD Bank.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I wouldn't consider.
The Balmer Center now.
People like is that a tourist?
Walk all the way around it now.
I
They
don't
put
know.
the dog park in. The last municipality in Essex County to get a dog park.
Is
They're-
LaSalle.
And they're putting it in Fulmer.
And the highest they pay the highest taxes in Canada.
In Canada?
Yeah, and the
Wow.
last one to get the dog park.
Wow. That's some going.
Yeah.
So they could do with some more parks in advance then that
Yeah,
way, right?
absolutely. We'll skip next time.
Well, we'll have that the petticoat is in LaSalle, so it's a nice park. So
LaSalle, Amherstburg.
it's right on the border, really.
Yeah.
You just drive another 2 minutes, you're in Amherstburg. Amherstburg Parkways, you've got the Toddy Jones, you've got the Navy Yard Park.
Yeah.
Again, nice.
They have a beautiful waterfront.
It's a beautiful walk and little trail system. You can go from Fort Malden along, nice little stores, and then you hit right onto the water at Navy Park.
Pablo.
I'm always confused with Boblo.
Why?
Right. Obviously, Boblo had its glory days. It was a theme park island. People came from the States. Like it was a go-to place.
Did
Yeah.
you ever? Oh,
no,
you
before my
would never.
time. I believe it closed in 1994.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember going, but like I
You
always,
went, but
Yeah.
you don't remember.
Yeah, I got
That's how good it was.
pictures of me go. I remember I was 5. Really stuck with me. It was great. No. For some reason, I don't even know why this is. I'm gonna have to have my dad on one day to confirm this
Oh,
because
I
I
can't
remember
wait.
canoeing across and just being traumatized.
Oh yeah.
I could see this
Was
happening.
that just so? Was that to avoid pain?
Probably, I could see this happening for sure. We're gonna have to have him on or have a phone call to confirm.
Yeah, I'll get
this.
no, probably a phone call.
Yeah.
Because we hang up then.
I'm gonna. It's burnt in my memory now.
But anyway, so it like that. I actually still think it would just still be a cool place to have a theme park.
Yeah.
Obviously modernized, better.
It's kind of it's actually really weird what happened to it. Like the whole it was a theme park and now it just turned into
High quality living.
yeah like you want a couple $1 million house, you put it on this island
Yeah.
and you'll be extremely inconvenienced for the rest of your life. Like
Yeah.
very weird.
Yeah.
They do have a restaurant on it. It's pretty cool.
Little ice cream store.
Yeah, it is cool to go wander around there because they have a lot of the old...
okay, so this is what I'm confused about.
Okay, all right.
So they closed it and they did all this, turned it to a residential area, and then kind of I remember somebody gave me a business card with things to do in Boblo, like trying to get you to go there.
What,
right?
what was there? They have a really nice beach.
It was part of it was the beach, the walking area. Said come cross country skiing in the winter, cycling, that was kind of thing. So it wasn't like there was anything really planned or put on for you.
Mm-hmm.
But then the first time I tried to go there, the lady on the ferry gave me a hard time. Like,
Because you weren't a resident.
Yeah,
you
do you live
you
here?
gotta
Just-
say you're on going to the restaurant.
but this, I have a
should-
business
you
card
shouldn't
saying
even
I was
have to,
I was just going to do stuff.
yeah,
Not
and
just-
it's like our taxes are what are paying for the ferry.
no,
Like,
but then $16.
yeah, it is cheap, but
It's not cheap. The ferry goes 20 feet.
it's cheap for think
Cheap.
about how many people use the ferry. No
That's not
one.
my problem.
No one.
That's not my problem.
I guess, but it's subsidized by the government.
It doesn't sound like it. $16 to go over there and not do. And then another thing, if they see you with a camera,
Yeah, you have to pay a
$100
photography thing. Yeah.
what do you mean? Oh,
Yeah.
we don't take pictures of stuff unless you give us money.
You know what? No, you are now. I haven't really put it all together.
I'm
but
actually angry about
Yeah.
Boblo. Never mind.
It's got a couple cool things. It has this old sunken ship thing. That's pretty cool. You can
Well,
go,
that was the docking
yeah, you
thing.
can
where
go walk inside the
Well,
ship.
you can't go. You can walk in it. You can't go there to walk in it. If you,
You
said,
don't want to tell them that.
yeah, if you said to the lady on the ferry, what are you going? I'm going to get in that sunken
go in the
boat.
abandoned buildings and
Yeah,
check out.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. Like so, everything you were going to promote, thinking it's cool, you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, all the legal stuff on Boblo sucks.
See, so
All right, we'll skip Boblo.
well, it's not. I think we should. We just continue our anger.
What else you got? I have another weird story. I remember, so like my dad does construction. Went there. I forgot how
To do
young.
some work.
Yeah, do some work. I would have been really young. But there's like, it was right after it closed, and there's zebras just walking around people's yards.
Really?
Yeah.
See that?
And ostriches.
They should have kept them.
Yeah,
That
that
would
would
have
have been cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the idea I got. Whenever somebody told me the first time going there, oh, it's an old abandoned theme park.
Automatically, you're like, you just picture, is there a lion in the tall grass?
Yeah, like
over there?
yeah, something like that. Animals. Well, actually, you're only the first one. I was more just like a roller coaster with vines growing around it
That'd
now.
be cool too, yeah.
You know, it's just like sort of the nature taking over again, coming back and just throttling the place. So I went over there with excitement of taking photos of this rundown theme park.
Yeah.
The only thing that was left was ground.
Well, they have that tower that
the few towers running.
The border took over.
They've-
They got it's all filled with cameras
Oh,
to
is it?
monitor the river now.
Okay, well, no, because the bottom of it, you can still like the broken part of the.
Yeah.
The little,
Trams or
you
whatever
sit
it's
on
called
it.
there, yeah.
They took you up there and let you have a few. But that's what the cool. Like in the old building, so there's like an old dance hall or whatever, a theater. Again, it's not open. It's not really. You can go into it, but it's not there as a nice photography
Yeah.
setup, right? But my
You know
head,
what they should put there? That would be a big money maker. I think. I'm just throwing it. A cool wedding venue.
Yeah, no,
like-
that would be
Like, wouldn't that be a cool thing? Like, yeah,
renovate that. Like renovate the dance hall area and stuff like that. There,
that would be it. That would be the spot. Because,
Yeah.
like, oh wow,
you gonna buy it?
yeah. Our first check from the podcast.
Oh yeah. So if anybody wants our first check, if you think you can send us checks, we'll take checks.
Yeah.
We're going to buy a dance hall and
Yeah.
turn it into a wedding venue.
It's not a pretty good idea though, isn't
That's
it?
not a bad idea.
I mean, like, it's kind of inconvenient for people to go across on the ferry, but like,
but that would be part
that's
of it.
part of the
If-
whole-
Yeah, if
the
your
whole
package,
scene,
if you got
right?
it, if you've bought a wedding package,
you're going
there,
to your wedding island.
yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Now, did you ever hear the Ted Allen, Tim Allen?
Like Tim the Toolman
Tim,
Taylor.
yeah.
Oh,
he,
yeah?
he lived in. He had a house on that.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know.
25,000 people live here.
What?
Page comes up with a
That's
fact
wrong.
that is way wrong. Page
that's
claims
one-
25,000 people, more than like Lakeshore, live on Boblo Island.
That's more than people live in Amersfoort, the whole municipality.
Paige, that's what you got is like the entire Amherstburg.
So-
Boblo Island maybe has 100, maybe. It's smaller than the population of Peely Island by substantial amount. It doesn't even have I don't know.
It has a condo. It has 2 condos, I think. So
They
that-
must be really packed in there.
That's a couple hundred people. Can't,
I don't-
Paige,
I don't-
you holding your phone up
I can't
100
believe
miles
it.
away.
Population of approximately 22,000 people as of 2019.
It's impossible.
Population of what?
Boblo Island.
That's impossible.
Ooh.
I don't have to look it up. It's not true. The thing is,
Alright.
like, oh, yeah,
Okay,
Paige,
we'll come back to this.
our producer, our co-producer here,
Supposed to be fact checking.
fact checking.
Oh,
Like we hired her to do the fact checking, and I'm pretty sure we're not getting facts.
all right.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, that's like Lakeshore.
Yeah, all the municipalities around here is around 25 to 30,000,
Yeah,
and she's trying to tell us like Boblo Island.
it'd be like,
That's probably the amount of people that went there each year when it was a theme park.
yeah, probably. Probably.
So, again,
How
well,
long
so-
have we been going?
Oh, really long.
Oh, 53 minutes. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
we're
do
gonna
a
wrap it
quick,
up.
quick
Quick,
wrap.
so,
around.
but anyway, there a park. We'll go Holiday Beach here.
Yeah.
Great,
Beautiful
great
park,
park.
too.
It's got the little accommodation right now. You
Yeah.
can rent, go and stay in it. The only thing I do have a problem there, they're probably the most expensive single path. They say, oh, you can go and explore hundreds of miles of or kilometers of path. That's all greenway space that you don't have to pay to. So you're really only paying to get into Holiday Beach.
Yep.
So the season pass, that's $75. I tried to go in to see the sunset the other night. Computer says,
Do not enter.
yeah, like I've paid a lot of money for this pass,
Yeah.
and I want like they use some of my photos for their website and things out there. So you think it would be in their best interest to let people in to see beautiful things like the sunset.
Yeah.
Now, a nice cool evening after a long summer's day.
Yeah.
I have no idea what time it stops at, letting you in.
Yeah. Whatever.
But
Maybe
my
it's still on spring hours.
my fob did not let me in. So that's a problem. Paying that much money to get in. I had a friend who also came, said he was there and he tried to pay even with the machine, and it still wouldn't let them in. So I don't know. Like the system is
The
broken.
government doesn't want money.
Well, it's not really government, IRCA. It's a charity or non-profit organisation
True,
or whatever,
true.
conservation authority.
No, Orca does do great work.
They do a lot of good work, but there's nonsense.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So hopefully, if they're sorry, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but that would be good if they got that fixed. Longer
It is
hours,
definitely
whatever.
worth checking out that park, though.
I don't know. It's a good
Beautiful
little park, small park.
And then they have the
nice.
Hawk Fest and everything there.
If
Really
if
cool.
it ever goes ahead again, just the weather's been against us, but great area for migration
Yeah,
birds.
was it tornado?
Well, it was really bad weather. It wasn't a tornado.
I just
but
remember a bunch of down trees and stuff.
So
I
the
don't
move
remember.
that was the first year they moved it. It's always usually all around the Hawk Tower.
Yep.
And they moved it to the old campground, to keep calling it, that area, and then they had a storm come through and trees all fell in the tents and things. So that the move didn't help either. But it was flooded around the bottom of the Hawk
Yeah,
Tower, so
yeah,
it
true.
wasn't. That's the reason they moved it. But
What's
the
the-
water is way down this year, so
And you
that's
got
John R. Park,
Yeah.
nice little
Cedar Creek.
Cedar Creek for you can put your canoes in,
Yeah,
kayaks
that's an
in.
awesome little canoe and
Good little
kayak.
spot.
What else? And you got some in
Kingsville's got their own parks as well. Lakeshore Park and that. And they have a nice Christmas lights display down there.
Then you got the is there some interior ones like around Essex?
Erica's got some property.
Sadler's Pond, is that?
Sadler's Pond right in Essex. Essex got little parkettes there. Sadler's Pond's a nice area, really, and it got good birds if you're in the spring.
Yep.
And the sewage lagoons or water treatment facility on the what is it, east of, I'm not sure what the way to describe it. Well, it's south of Highway 3.
Yep.
They're doing that
Arner?
work there at the minute, but there is trails around.
Is that Arner, right? Arner.
No, not
Albiona?
No, it's like Middle Side Road or something out there.
That's a completely different one I'm thinking of.
Okay, probably. Well, the water treatment's there, and it actually connects to where the greenway that goes from Essex to Amherstburg. So you've got another greenway trail. Most of these disused railway trails now are turned into walk-on trails. So that's a good walk. Good, again, nice for wildlife. Nice quiet spot, bike riding, whatever.
Is that Bromson's Bush? Is that
Rossum?
Rossum's.
There's Rossum and
That's like
That's more-
Tilbury or
yeah, it's actually
Comber.
further than Cumber, right? So
would that be? Are we in?
No, it is because it's Lower Thames conservation
yeah,
area,
yeah.
and so is Cumber.
But that one's right on
Eh?
the border. It's
So is Cumber. Cumber's
Really?
isn't it? Urca. It's I think
all
it's
Big
lower.
O conservation.
Oh, that's what I mean. Big O. Big
Yep.
O isn't.
What's
It's
Urca, is it
Cumber.
not?
No, it's Lower Thames. I think it's Lower Thames.
Really?
Or it's not Urca.
That one's so close on the border. We should
Yeah.
mention it because
Yeah.
it's a really nice.
Well,
those are
we
nice
did a
parks.
podcast there,
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
so we've already. It's really, if you really pay attention, you would notice.
Another cool town is Lighthouse Cove.
It's in Essex, right?
It's no part of Lakeshore.
Well, in Essex County,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
what-
It's like you can't really do anything there, but it's like a weird little
right. Yeah, it's weird. It's,
Yeah.
it's almost landlocked type.
landlocked
of
completely or waterlocked,
Yeah,
landlocked,
yeah.
and it's like all like just cut canals, so
Yeah.
everyone lives on canals. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Parks. Leamington's obviously Point Pelee is the crown jewel
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've talked about that. We're talking about it in the last podcast or one of the podcasts recently.
And Peely Island is cool.
Pelee Island. Well, yeah, it's just inaccessible. So, but you can book trips. You can get the ferry. You can go as a foot passenger. You can take your car, take bikes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then what's their park? Fish Point, right? Fish Point.
Oh, the pot like in it, like
Yeah,
the
Fish
tip
Point.
there, yeah. Yeah, so there's plenty of park. Like so, there's plenty of fence put on through the summer months in Essex County. There's plenty of parks to go to. There's plenty of things you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
Like most towns, have splash pads. People again complain that I want a better splash pad. But there just is plenty of stuff to do. So outside of and again, pretty much if we're doing a lot of our shooting around here, we get fantastic shots of sunsets and sunrises and this, that, and the other in this area. Again, we're hoping the next few weeks storms coming through going to be a good thing. Like
Yeah,
our
pretty
storms,
excited for
it's so cool being able to watch the storms coming through.
Essex
And,
County is actually one of the lightning capital of Canada.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. We'll talk about it more on the
Storm podcast. Yeah, don't be giving away information that we can use other times. So yeah, it's definitely, as much as people complain, there's not much to do in Essex County. Like we have rambled. We're an hour.
Talked about the Greenway.
No, not really.
That was like a 42-kilometer one way from Old Castle, so basically Windsor,
It's an
South
L shape
Windsor,
down to Harrow and then out to
Leamington there. So that's pretty cool. If you could spend
Bike
a
ride
day easily just doing
There's
that.
a good pretty much 100
Bring
kilometers.
some water.
Yeah,
Basically in a desert.
those greenways do get extremely hot.
Yeah.
Just the way they're sheltered and the sun's baking right down on them, especially if you're going from the Harrow King like Leamington way, because
Yeah.
the sun's right above you the whole day in the summer. It bakes you. There
Oh,
is
yeah.
there's some of it that is open, the fields each side, but there's a lot of it. There's tree or hedge lines on each side of you, and actually you get a lot of good wildlife because of that. When they're really hot, you get a lot of the big butterflies and hummingbird
Yeah.
moths and things like that there. But yeah, it's boiling. But like I said, so we started off wanting to do this podcast to say there is some things to do in Essex County. This is probably one of our longest rambles.
We just barely scratched the surface.
And there's so much more to do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people watching are sitting thinking, he didn't mention this or didn't mention
Yeah.
that.
And like it's not like we premeditated this. Just off top of our
Off
heads.
our top of our head.
What are the
No.
good things that we would do, and that's about it.
Yeah, because like we as you can see, we don't script at all. We'll have to
Yeah.
ask people
Yeah.
for
Oh wait, the script's in
information.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We really should script at some point
So- oh, yeah,
because
absolutely.
rather than just pure rambling.
Yeah.
But there we go. So
Not even getting into like, oh, we should do a restaurant one, food one.
we'll do that at some point. Yeah,
Ooh, there's some good stuff out here.
yeah. People might
Well.
think we're imposing on some other podcast or something. I don't know, but it's just stuff we like to do, right?
Yeah.
I like to eat.
Why is a food podcast out here?
No, I'm not sure if there is, but no, I'm just like if we say like we're in nature,
Oh,
whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then we
I
start
see what you're
talking about
saying.
how much price of eggs are this week or something.
Yeah.
It's, who
Well,
cares? Well,
Is that wrap?
yeah, well, we'll wrap that up. And, but like I said, any information, anybody out there thinking we've missed something, fire us an email. Like we're always interested to find other things to go and do. So I'm gonna even mention like, the Rib Fest that are on.
Ooh, delicious.
Oh,
What doesn't Chatham have a rib fest too? Or does everyone have a rib fest?
I don't know. It's the same people. Go to them all.
Oh,
it's
is
like the vendors are all, and I think they just give the award to a different vendor each time to make them all
Yeah.
happy.
And
they'll
there's
put
a
their-
craft beer festival too.
Where was that?
Is that LaSalle? Oh, LaSalle does
okay.
have something, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, every town in this, every municipality does good work, and people complain the Kingsville had the tall ships wasn't very well organised, like or the staffed or whatever.
Yep.
And people complain. People are always very quick to complain, but I want to give kudos to them all for putting on these things. You know, I'd like to rather see them do it and work out the kinks than not do things. So yep, fair play to that. But anyway, it's a goodbye from Nick.
Goodbye from Donnie.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.